Good morning, citizens of Imo State. Is it not ironically sad that the very week that Ohanese as a group is raising alarm over the reckless toting of high-caliber guns by herdsmen in Igboland, that Uzodinma is inviting and apportioning our scarce and limited resources to the same Fulanis? Fulani herdsmen that have not shown any kind of respect nor regards to our farms and our citizens, herdsmen that have accumulated high records of heinous crimes against Igbos, and the same Hope Uzodinma is moving forward to build settlements for a people historically that have posed major threat and danger to our people. As if Imolats have been cared enough, he is now expending these resources for political expediency. This is not an aberration, I must say sadly and painfully. It's a pathological pattern of Igbo leaders using Igbos as sacrificial lambs in furtherance of their individual selfish goals. Our way of life, the lives of our people are now secondary and subordinate to the ambitions of Igbo leaders and their masters in the north. What has transpired in Imo State in the past 6 months is nothing less than sheer power grabbing by northern cabals, with Uzodinma as a slave boy used to achieve their nefarious agenda of Fulani expansion. If it is not, if Buhari is truly fighting corruption, Hope Uzodinma will be resting in one of our prisons instead of any government house. Buhari has exposed and betrayed himself with association with Uzodinma. If not, how could EFCC go after little Yahoo boys and allow Uzodinma, who by his own decision committed multiple acts of financial crime, to be seen around a nation president? If Uzodinma had no respect, if Uzodinma had no respect for contract money, could write fake checks in the amount of 200 million naira, who in their right minds expect him to suddenly transform himself into this pious being who will guarantee the safety and good use of Imo resources? And we have stuck misguided elements in Imo who have been married to lend support to such an uneducated and atrocious figure. Imo lives, do not be deceived. These enablers and chorus singers of Uzodinma are only looking for their pockets. They lack conscience, they lack the sense of equity, and put together, they constitute agents of partisanship and enemies of our progress. To expect someone who comes to power through the most shocking and damning act of illegality and criminality to deliver is like expecting a rat to deliver fried fish to you. To roll out the welcome mat to a people who have murdered men and raped our men and women, our children, is unpardonable to say the least. If you are in doubt or in denial of Fulani intentions in Igboland, go back and read your history. It took the Yorubas years to start the overrun and conquest of Yoruba land against the Fulani incursion. Had Abman Danfodio had his way and was victorious defeating Yorubas, his next military conquest would have been directed at Igbos. And if you do not believe that, look at how houses have been long suppressed and manipulated at the whims of Fulani minority. Moreover, the North has bragged about having the largest land mass of all in the regions. And it's true. One could travel hundreds of miles of untouched land in the North. The question now becomes, is there a shortage of land in the North? Again, is there a shortage of land in the North of food for these Fulani men and women to migrate to the South, where they have been quite destructive the past few years? If the North opens up its land to the rest of Nigeria, food scarcity with its attendant high price of food will be a thing of the past in Nigeria. What are Fulani settlements doing in other regions of the nation if the purpose is not to provoke and slowly overrun other ethnicities? In the Igbo state today, we have Igbo children who have been tricked and lured into Islam, who no longer speak the Igbo language, nor dress like Igbos. If you are in doubt, again go and ask. I do not hate Fulanis or anyone. They are not inferior to Igbos. They are simply unique in their own ways, and we wish to be unique in our own ways while sharing the same government and engaging in commerce. They do not have to establish communities in other regions or Igboland to achieve that goal. Hope Uzodinma should solve Imo problems first and foremost before paying attention to any other group. Here they have refused this secret rigor, and that is why Hope is in office today. That is why a day before Supreme Court ruling, he orchestrated that pitiful extension of fake brotherly love to visiting Fulanis to impress his masters in the north. The north has ravaged its environment with terrorism and banditry, and welcoming them in the south is simply a prelude to the same ravaging and insecurity across the nation. Containment should be put in place now and quickly to forestall the spread of destructive elements outside of the north and not open doors and rolling out welcome mats. The north controls all the armed forces and the police. It should create safe zones in the north for its play seasons. At the very moment Nigeria is besieged with so many problems, Buhari and his cronies have opened our borders to allow those they consider as their brothers to come into the nation and settle. They are encouraged and funded to move into southern regions to occupy any land. These men are violent, unapproachable, and threaten the security of any place they arrive. Imo State is their test run, and no doubt the harder is coming, when we will face a more aggressive and violent move. Imolands and Igbos should totally reject these Igbos who are willing to trade Igbos in the marketplace of political expediency, like Hope Uzodinma and a few others. What these Fulanis are doing in Igboland and elsewhere, could you imagine if Igbos are in the north and occupying the rural areas, killing and maiming? Could you imagine what the consequence would be? Thank you, and may God bless you.